district was working with the community, and they wanted to come up with a center-based program for children for preschool. So all of the preschool programs from Tilden moved here, and then the diagnostic center from PEC moved here as well. So the center kind of just created itself. We pulled in Alameda County and Mills College and Cal Berkeley to help establish the center. And so this is our second year, so it was really just a concept from the community and the teachers and the district to pull this center together. And that's how we kind of just started.
Burbank is unique for us because the ratio is so small. We've got 2 people with 7 to 8 kids, and their commitment is so intense. They really have looked at what my son needs.
Well, I think one thing that's unique about Burbank, obviously, is that we have so many preschool programs on one site.
For the most part, that seems to be the big thing that we notice is that, the teachers, all know Jacob's name, so, which I think was great, They know each other, they help each other out.
I think one of the most unique things about Burbank is that all the staff here are doing the same thing. It's not like you're in a school where you're the only special ed class and you sort of feel left out, or people have to make special accommodations for you. Everybody's doing the same thing. We're all here for the children.
Burbank also has a variety of services around the development of children regarding sensory motor room that we have. We have a full physical therapy and OT room here. We have children who are learning sign language. We provide sign language classes to families once a week for free. Children are working in, the open court program. They're using the language for learning. We use a lot of sensory and art here to help children kind of, negotiate through their environment. A lot of my interactions with families are in the beginning when they're getting their diagnosis or they're getting assessed. And so for me, it's really important to build that relationship and trust, because they're coming from a home-based environment. They're coming from services in the home. They may have gotten a referral from their doctor, so this is all very new to them. So my approach is to really sit down and to listen to them and acknowledge their concerns and fears, and that this is a big transition.
When Jacob was diagnosed, I don't think any parent wants their child to be diagnosed with a speech delay or any type of development issue. I think we were scared at first, definitely. But I think that, I think the important thing is get your child services and get them up to speed. Kids definitely all develop at different paces, but I think it's definitely very good to be proactive, especially when he's a great school with great people. I think definitely a great place for him.
So I want to say I found Cameron was diagnosed with autism at 2.5, and he came a long way, really progressing.
We also measure progress based on, are they able to follow a routine? Because maybe this child came in with a really difficult transition, and now they can take a schedule and go outside and know exactly what they're doing and come inside and use a picture to tell us their needs and wants. So we look at each child individually, and each child makes gains, but just hearing the feedback from parents that it's working and that they're happy makes me thrilled. And
in terms of progress, tons of progress. Ever since, not even a year, since March, lots of progress. He says long sentences. He talks about what he's done during the day. He occasionally talks about his friends, but he talks about what he's done during class and whatnot. So that is great for us.
Parents can't do it all, with kids. Like, we have to find this team, and without the team that I found, he would be much further back. I know that because I can directly see results from this classroom, whereas we do lots of different therapies and it's all a bit of a jumble. I'm not quite sure how to measure what exactly is happening in his social skills class. I'm not quite sure how to measure how his speech therapy outside of here is helping, but when he comes home and he knows whole songs and he talks about all the kids and what they're doing, and I'm able to get him a haircut, I can actually measure what's happening here.
The progress he made was wonderful in the year. He, his mom told me at the end of the year that she took him to the doctor one time for a checkup. The doctor said, "What's your name?" And the mom said, "Oh, he doesn't know his name." And he said his name and spelled it for the doctor, and she was just blown away.
Speech therapy is going great. He's communicating better. He's asking me for things, stuff that he wasn't doing before. He knows his surroundings now, and he's more aware of stop, no, his safety limitations. So he's doing really well with that, and so is Caden.
It's helped Martin a lot, because Martin, they were We were told that he wasn't going to be able to walk. So with the PT and the OT, you know, he runs now. Before he couldn't really lift his legs. He was just kind of wobbly with the balance and stuff. But yeah, that's what really helped.
You know, we have a variety of collaborations with other agencies that makes it really unique. So the services that we provide here are the same at any other preschool program in the district, but it's the connections and the collaboration. When you have a mass amount of preschool families together, you can pull in more agencies to support you, or colleges. So Mills College comes here, and we have student teachers that are here. We have last year they took a class here, and so they're really integrated. So it's almost like we're developing the teachers that will eventually be teaching our children by starting early, by connecting with the colleges.
I've worked with Burbank and previously Tilden with Mills College in a partnership between the two institutions. We started this as a pilot project. A few student teachers were placed at the previous school, Tilden, and then when Christie and Burbank opened up, we expanded that partnership.
And we talk about, you know, the different kindergarten programs in the district, because there are a variety. There is obviously general ed preschool, there's inclusion services, so the child's supported with an aide. There's an integrated kindergarten where they're team taught by a special ed teacher, a general ed teacher, and then we have a variety of SDCs. So we really sit down and we look at where the child's at, what do they need for kindergarten, and develop an IEP to transition those services.
I truly believe it's the teacher, too, that we have. We have an exceptional teacher in Monica and Andrea and an aide, because not only do I see it every night, but I also hear about it from other parents.
I love the communication with the speech therapists, the teachers, the principals, like I know everyone.
Having gone through it, you know, the school is very supportive, and all the teachers here are wonderful.
And a lot of teachers here I feel like they're designed to help Pacific kids. So they match the right teacher with the right student to get the needs met.
What I always hear feedback on is that for the first time he engaged in play with his sister and we were ecstatic. Or, you know, he actually asked me for milk without pulling at my arm and opening the door. So, you know, to hear those kind of stories, it just makes us feel like we're doing something right, and to make us feel that we want to keep going, because it's not easy, right? It's a lot of work to you know, be a preschool teacher and to give everything that you have, and it gives us that fuel to keep going. It gives us that, you know, inspiration to feel like we're making a difference.
Everybody here loves children, and it's just wonderful to it's a privilege to know that somehow you've participated in changing a life.